Okay, next we are going to move on to the third method of approximate estimate, okay, which is Storey enclosure. Okay, so for Storey enclosure method is more reliable compared to the previous two methods that we have discussed just now. Okay, so it's more, can I say, lengkap to the cubic method. It will make your cubic method more relevant, okay, and more reliable. Alright, so Storey enclosure method is more detailed. Okay, they're looking at floor area, roof area, and also external wall area of your project. So the calculation is more detailed, and the data or the estimation cost that has been obtained from the Storey enclosure method will be uh, more reliable, like I said. Okay, so in applying the Storey enclosure method in your construction project to determine the estimation cost, alright, so you need to carry out three calculations. Okay, the first one is the floor area. Okay, so for the floor area, you have you have to include your lowest floor and also upper floor. It means that if you have a basement also, you need to include in your calculation. And at the same time, for the floor area, we are looking at the floor area itself only. So it means that your walling system, okay, your external wall and so on, you have to deduct, kena tolak kan. So you kena ignore the uh, walling system of your project. Okay, when we discuss on the example, perhaps will become more clear about it. So for the lower system, okay, so you need to multiply any part below ground level by 3. So ini dia panggil dia punya weightage lah, right? Weightage. Okay. So again, as I mentioned earlier, this area be measured within the external wall. So it means that if your drawing is already included the external wall, you have to deduct, kena tolak external wall. Okay, kalau dah siap dimension dia tak termasuk external wall, so you can use it. Alright, so for the basement, of course, basically the floor area calculation is P times L. Okay, panjang kali lebar atau length times width. Alright, so at the same time, in applying this Storey enclosure method for floor area, you have to times by 3 for the basement part. Okay, so that for the lowest floor. For the upper floor, okay, you have to multiply by 2. So it means that you have the weightage is starting from 2, the value of 2 for the ground floor. So bila meningkat ke atas, you kena tambah the progressive factor of 0.5. So it means that start with 2 for the ground floor. So for the first floor, you have to times 2.15, add another 0.15. For the second floor, you need to add another 0.15 for the progressive factor to become 2.3, their progressive factor. So goes on sampai lah habis tingkat tu. Alright. So you start with 2, okay, for the upper floor. Alright. So P times L times the progressive factor 2, start with 2, then setiap tingkat akan plus 0.5. Sorry, 0.15. Okay, so that's how you calculate the floor area using Storey enclosure method. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, Storey enclosure method is inclusive. They cover everything, including the roof area. Alright, so for the roof area, the measurement is flat to the extremities of the eave. Okay, cucu atap ni. Okay, maksudnya dia gunakan flat punya calculation, dimension. Panjang dia berapa, dia kena tambahkan dimension eave. Lebar dia berapa, you can tambahkan dimension eave as well. Alright, nanti kita akan tengok more of it in the example. Alright, for the last part under the Storey enclosure method is you need to calculate the wall area or the external enclosing wall areas. So the area of any enclosing wall below ground level to be multiplied by 2. Okay, if you have basement, again, you have to multiply it by 2. Again, the progressive factor. Okay, yang upper floor ni tak ada masalah. Okay, macam biasa saja. Tapi untuk basement, you have to multiply by 2. Progressive factor. Other than that, no need to multiply by any progressive factor for the wall area. Okay, so that's how we apply the Storey enclosure method. So next, so when you obtain these three area, floor, roof, and wall, so you can total up. When you total up these three, then you will get the total of Storey enclosure method, the total of everything of your building. Okay, so after that, then you can calculate the cost using this Storey enclosure method by applying this formula. Okay, total cost equals to total Storey of Storey enclosure method times cost per meter square. Jadi cubic meter cube jadi meter square. Alright. So that's how you apply this Storey enclosure method. So next, I'm going to share with you the example. Example on how you can apply this Storey enclosure method. Okay. On the example, you need to calculate the total cost of this building. Here is the floor plan. Okay, and the cost per meter square for this project is 880 ringgit. 850. Okay, this is the floor plan. 8 times 9, 15, and it's a 3-story building. Okay, story to story, floor to floor height is 3 meter. And you've got the basement here 4 meter, and the dimension of the eave is 450 millimeter. Okay, dimension wall here is 115 millimeter. Again, first area you have to calculate is the floor area, length times width atau panjang kali lebar. So again, as I mentioned earlier, nak kira floor area ni tadi, you kena tolak the thickness of the wall. Okay, so it's given here the thickness of the wall is 1.15. Okay, 1.15. Okay, 1.15 this side, 115 millimeter this side, 115 millimeter this side. So convert into meter, you will get 0.115 for both sides. So you have to times 2, so you will get 0.23 meter for both sides. Untuk kedua-dua side bangunan. Okay, sama juga dengan width untuk 15 ni, untuk 10, untuk 15 both side, you have to minus 0.23 as well. Okay, so you will get here 9.77 meter, 14.77 meter. So then baru you boleh calculate the floor area. So the floor area will be 9.77 meter times 14.77 meter. You will get 144.3 meter square. So after you obtain the floor area, you have to times it with the progressive factor that I mentioned earlier. Start with 2 for upper floor, then setiap tingkat dia akan bertambah 0.15. Okay, so your ground floor, dia punya floor area is 144.3 times 2. Start with 2, you get this value 288.6. Okay, for the first floor, still the same floor area, which is 144.3 meter square, times now the progressive factor will be 2.15. You can tambah 0.15 tadi. So you will get this value. And for the second floor, again using the same floor area times now the progressive factor will be added by 0.15 as well. You will times it by 2.3. You will get this value. So then baru you will total up. Oh sorry, again lupa. The last part is the basement. Also you have to apply the basement area. So again using the same floor area 144.3 for basement, you just straight away times with 3. Okay, so you will get this value, then you total up, you akan dapat 1363.64 meter square. So this is the floor area using this Storey enclosure method. Okay, after you obtain the floor area, next you have to calculate is the roof area. As I mentioned earlier, roof area they applying the flat punya measurement. Maksudnya you gunakan floor plan saja. Okay, panjang and lebar dia. Okay. But you have to add the eave. Cucu atap ni kena tambah. And remember setiap cucu atap ni ada 2 side. Okay. So 450 mm convert to meter, you will get 0.45. because we have 2 if on each side of the building, so you have to add 2 or plug. You have to times it by 2. You will get 0.9 meter for this side, and plus also 50 meter time plus 0.9 meter, so you get this value. Total kan dia dua. Times these two, 10.9 meter times 15.9 meter, so you get 173.31 meter square. So this is the roof area for this method, Storey enclosure method. Okay, the last component that you have to calculate is the wall area. The wall area, girts times height. Remember, girts is about perimeter. Perimeter 10 tambah 15 tambah 10 tambah 15, ataupun 10 tambah 15, 10 plus 15 times 2. Okay, ada dua side. Okay, ketinggian untuk ground floor is 3 meter. Okay, untuk ground floor is 3 meter. For first floor, still the same size, still the same height, 3 meter. For the second floor, also still the same perimeter, still the same height, 3 meter. Basement, still the same height, still the same perimeter, 10 times 15 times 2, 10 plus 15 times 2. But the difference is the height, 4 meter for basement. But for wall area, you have to times with the progressive factor, which is 2. Okay, so you total up, you can dapat the value of external wall, which is 850 meter square. Alright, so after you obtain these three area, floor, roof, and also wall, then you total up. You will obtain the total of Storey enclosure method. Tambahkan ketiga calculation you apply tadi, you will get this value. Okay, 2386.95 meter square. So after that, baru you boleh calculate the total cost using this formula, total of Storey enclosure method times cost per meter square. So cost per meter square that is given is 150 ringgit per meter square times with this value. So you will get, in this case, 2,028,907.50 cents. So this is the cost, the estimation cost for this particular project. So that's how you apply this method, Storey enclosure method. It's more detailed, that's why it's more reliable. Okay, so the next one, the last method that we are going to go through is on the next video, which is the floor area method. Okay.